Good evening, guys. It's me, Alan JD, Alan JD here on. Welcome to week one of Valley Area Preview and Power Rankings. I'm planning on doing maybe hour show. Depends on who comes. I know Jeff's doing his own show. But anyways, let's get to it. We're going to first do conference predictions. I know I did an early bird earlier on the website, but a lot of things have changed. A few transfers were, apologize on my behalf, still getting brand new on here. This is my second season. But let's get on and get it started. First, I'm going to do the Northwest 4A. I'm going last to top. Talk about a team a little bit. How do the season. Then I'll do power rankings. Lastly, all right, let's get it started. Northwest. I don't know why that glare just happened. I got a bad glare. All right. Don't know why the bad glare happened, but looks like we're back. All right. Anyways, Northwest Foothills 3A. First I have, seventh place. I've got East Burke. East Burke struggled a little bit in their scrimmages. Had a time with Bandies. Also had a time with South Caldwell. So it was more of an improved team this year. But we'll get to South Caldwell in a moment. But East Burke, to me, looks like another down season for the Cavaliers. Next, sixth place, I have Drawn. Drawn at the moment looks like they are in for a down year again. Drawn, to me, they will be lucky if they win maybe one or two games. Looks like another down year for the Wildcats. Fifth, I've got West Iredell. I've been hearing positive. I've been hearing negatives about West Iredell. West Iredell, to me, they'll get a few wins. They play Hickory Hawks week one. I got West Iredell fifth right now. Fourth, I've got Patton. I've heard positive and negative about Patton also. I've heard that they've got low numbers, but they do return a couple guys. They had a better showing against North Buncombe than Drawn did, so I'm having them fourth right now. But I do see West Iredell could possibly move up to fourth. Third's going to surprise some people. Bunker Hill, I got third. I've had tremendous feedback on Bunker Hill. They have got a very good team this year, and they will surprise people. This team right now currently is my Fritty Ford of last year. I see this team's potential of possibly getting into the state playoffs, maybe a playoff upset. Not a conference favorite yet, but Clark from Maiden has that team motivated. They've got a real good passer. One of my friends told me that they could even give Maiden possibly a game. And Newton right now, they could possibly beat Newton Friday. Bunker Hill is on the team on a rise. And like I said, this is just preseason. They got to play the game before everything, but it looks like times in Claremont and Catfish, North Carolina can be celebrating. Bunker Hill looks like they're going to be on the rise. Second place, I got Fred T. Ford. Fred T. Ford will know a little bit more Friday. They've played Maiden. Fred T. Ford, a lot of teams have gone on the one victory they had last year on against Maiden in the playoffs. We covered that game. A lot of people like, hey, they beat 11-0 Maiden. A lot of people, I keep on saying it, Maiden did not have their full team last year. Kentrell Williams was hurt that game. Fred T. Ford's JVs did not do so good last year. I do believe they're going to be knocked down a few pegs a little bit. Not as strong of a team as they were last year, but definitely good enough for second place. Bunker Hill right now could overtake them, but possibly more likely than not, I've got Fred T. Ford as the number 2 seed in the Northwest Foothills 2A. Number 1 seed, I've got High Brighton. High Brighton is a state title threat. I've heard they're more better than last year. And looking at Shelby's problems a little bit in the scrimmage, High Brighton looks like they are well on to be state favorites again. Let's move to the Northwestern 3A, 4A conference. 8th, I got West Caldwell. Too many West in the Daggum area. Sorry about that. But West Caldwell, I've gotten a full report on, thanks to my good friend Kyle Anthony Zumbach. Can't get all your full name, but Kyle, thank you so much. He goes by Mooresville something on our Carolina Varsity. He is a very good, knowledgeable guy from the Iredell County area. Iredell County, man, I'm going to be covering them a little bit this year. Not as much as my hometown area, but I'm going to try to get to a game or two in Iredell County to definitely give coverage to our friends in Iredell County. But right now, I've got West Caldwell 8th. They have 1A numbers. They have 700 students, as reported by many people. And they got drilled in a scrimmage by Davie. I know it's a scrimmage, but West Caldwell looks like they will not have a team this year. Right now, they do have a manageable, winnable game. I do got them winning the first one over East Burke, but I would not be surprised if East Burke rolls on that one. West Caldwell is a very down team this year. I got them 8th. 7th, I got the McDowell Titans. McDowell, they struggled last year. They had a chance to make the playoffs, but did not. South Caldwell beat them, and they did not win another game. They lost to South Caldwell after winning a conference game that would have gave them a hometown playoff game in the second round. They did not. I don't expect too much. Their JVs did struggle last year, and right now I got them at 7th. 6th, I've got South Caldwell. South Caldwell will be much improved, and I will put that in a quote because the league is tough this year. I got 3 teams right now could be very good, but South Caldwell will be much improved. I see them maybe taking a top of the top 4 in 2019. South Caldwell will be much improved. I see them winning 2 games this year at least. McDowell and West Caldwell, they could pull an upset on St. or Hickory, but right now I've got South Caldwell 6th. 5th right now I've got Hickory. Hickory I've got a lot of info on. And a lot of people has been putting this team in the top 4, possibly top 3. I just don't see it. Stone's a heck of a coach. I get that. But I've got to take the good and the bad. Kyle, he informed me that Mooresville beat them 28-8 in the scrimmage Saturday. And I believe Hickory is going to be more down than last year. Hickory's JVs were not very good last year. They lost a couple people. They do have a lot of starters back, but I do see Hickory making a step backward. Hickory they're going to win some games. They can win the Newton game. They can win they can win a couple. They got. Hey Patrick, how you doing? Also, if everybody's not in this area, Jeff is getting ready to go live on Facebook. If that will be the Linn County, Gaston County area. That's our Facebook page. That's why I'm on YouTube Live. Make sure to tell everybody to like and subscribe on our YouTube page. Help us get likes on there. Also, if you know anyone in the high school football, we're close to a milestone. We need 7 people, I believe. We are close to 1,000 people on our Facebook page, and we want 1,000 here too. I know we're only about 230 something, but we're going to be trying to do more videos on YouTube, try to build our fan base up. The people that do not like Facebook Live, a lot of people do not like Facebook because of personal info. So we're gonna start doing videos on here also for the people that do not like giving accounts and stuff. Maybe Perks could, if I could teach him, maybe he'll start doing some videos. But anyways, make sure you like our video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel. But back to the list. Right now, 4th, I've got St. Stephen's. St. Stephen's, I've heard some positive and negatives. St. Stephen's right now, they do have a good running back in King coming back, probably the best rusher in the Catawba Valley area. He's back. They play a very tough Bandy's team, a much improved Bandy's team, and I've got a major report on Bandy's last night from a good friend. But St. Stephen's right now looks 4th. They could slide to maybe 5th or 6th. But right now, I do have St. Stephen's at the 4th position. 3rd right now, I've got Freedom. Freedom looks like they're going to have a very good team. And the new coach they have, Bob Bryant left last year, but that don't look like an issue. They had a lot. They have a very good quarterback that's coming back that is actually, I believe, a sophomore. I don't go up to Freedom that much because I'm in Maiden and they're up in Morganton. I'm mostly covered Catawba County, but they do return a very good quarterback. I'll get to see them live on the live coverage against Shelby. I do see Freedom playing a good game in that game, but I do got Shelby winning. I'll get to my predictions later on, but I got Freedom right now at 3rd. 2nd, I've got Watauga. Watauga, they blitzed Maiden in the scrimmage, but Maiden does not play very well in scrimmages at all. They actually were terrible in scrimmages last season before they ran the table in regular season before the first round matchup against Ford. But Watauga's loaded, and I do see them contending maybe for 1st. Number 1, I've got Alexander Central. A lot of positive from Alexander Central. They blitzed Maiden pretty good in the scrimmage, but Maiden right now does not play good in scrimmages like always. Alexander Central, their JV's on a 23-game winning streak. That will help with their seniors lost last year. Right now, Alexander Central does have a tough game against Burns. Burns surprised me a little bit. I will cover that in a little bit, but Alexander Central right now I've got as the conference favorite. Let's go to the South Fork 2A. Lake Norman Charter, 8th. Lake Norman Charter looks like the most down team in the conference. I do not have high expectations for the Knights of Lake Norman Charter. They do have some winnable games in the first half of the season, but I don't see them as good competition in 2A. They should be playing private schools, in my opinion. Their athletes last year, they were pretty down. Seventh, it could be a surprise last to some people. I got seventh. I got Newton Conover. Newton Conover. They do got a good running back in Will Folk, but Newton Conover right now looks like a major rebuilding project. I don't know if a lot of people knows this, but a lot of transfers. Yeah, I'll get to that in just a moment. We're getting to the top half, but Newton Conover, right now I'm going to discuss their issue right now. Newton Conover lost a lot of players. They played a very good Kings Mountain scrimmage, and their defense looked awful against the pass. I know Kings Mountain's a very good team. If somebody wants to watch that game, send me a message on Twitter, Facebook, Alan Drum, or Alan JD. If anybody wants to see Newton Conover does not look like the team of last year. They do have a good running back in Will Falk, but basically Kings Mountain had their way with them in that 2-half scrimmage, and Newton Conover had their starters in there. Sixth, I've got North Lincoln. North Lincoln right now, they look like they're on a rise. They've got one of the best coaches in the area, Nick Basil, coming in. Nick Basil is a very good coach. They got a freshman on the JV squad that's going to be playing 8 quarters this season. North Lincoln will win hopefully a couple games, but their schedule is so daunting right now for a young team. I don't see too much on North Lincoln at the moment. So right now I've got them 6. They could slide up a little bit if Nick Basil does his pass trick. But right now, I'm going to put them as a safe 6. Fifth, I've got Bandies. Bandies, I've heard a lot of positive. I've heard their T-wing is actually working with Ethan Howard. Ethan Howard is a very powerful fullback, size running back that they'll be using. Ings looks like he's going to be building that program to be pretty good. They did scrimmage Eastbrook and East Gaston, 2 down teams. Right now, I've got them 5th, but they could slide up to 4th. West Lincoln, I got 4th. West Lincoln, I originally had more downward, but they do return 2 very good running backs in Eichert and Finsock. They were very good. They played Maiden very tough last year. I do see West Lincoln winning a couple games. So I'll go with West Lincoln 4th. Right now, top 3, this could go either way. Right now, I do got East Lincoln at 3rd. East Lincoln, they beat Kramer. Kramer looks like they're a little bit more downward, according to my colleague Jeff Miller. He watched East Lincoln. East Lincoln's a very good team. They got Jones back. They also have that good running back. East Lincoln could wind up winning the conference. Lincolnton right now, I got at 2. Lincolnton, they're a very good team. I kind of questioned their defense. I want to see how much more they do against Stuart Kramer. They'll beat North Gaston, East Gaston. South Point, I want to see if they beat South Point. South Point right now is a little more downward than what people expect, but if Lincoln can go out there and beat South Point, I have them maybe winning the conference. Right now, I've got Maiden by a hair. Maiden, a lot of expectations with a young team. Their JBs went undefeated last year, and the quarterback I've been talking about is finally a varsity player in Bane Sipe. Also, Maiden returns all 3 of their starting wide receivers. Maiden will not have a good running team this year. They do have, I believe, a freshman in Ethan Rhodes. I don't know too much about him, but I've heard he is a very good fast runner. He could be the next Tommy Henry project in a few years at Maiden. Let's get to power rankings. Power rankings for the Catawba Valley area. goes as follows. I'll go with 15 first. 15 right now, I've got West Caldwell. West Caldwell looks like their issues right now are beyond repair. Right now, I don't see them winning a game this year. 14th, right now, I've got East Burke. East Burke looks like another down season for the Cavaliers. I know they return a couple players, but I don't expect much talent there. 13th, I currently have Drawn. Drawn looks like they've struggled against RS Central in the scrimmage. Also had a time with down Mountain Team North Buncombe. I got them 13th. 12, I got South Caldwell. South Caldwell, they looked more improved in quotes, but I still got them at the bottom at 12. 11th, Newton Conover. Newton Conover's got issues this year. Or a team on the downward side. And this ranking right here will not include Lincoln County teams or any of the Iredell County teams. This is just the Catawba Valley area. Catawba, Burke, Alexander, Caldwell, that area right there. That does not include the Gaston County areas. That's Jeff's area. I will not take teams from his area and put in my rankings. That's his area. Even though I do cover their games, those are not my area teams. That's why I do my rankings on my own teams. But 10, I've got Patton. Patton, they look like they could be up or down. Patton, I say 10th right now. And like I said, all these teams right here in this 6 or 10 area right here looks like they could possibly move around. Patton, I got 10. 9, I got Hickory. 9, I explained my situation with Hickory. Hickory looks like to take a step backwards this year than forward. Even though Stone's a heck of a coach, I just don't see the talent there as last year. 8th, I've got Bandies. Bandies, right now, they could go up or they could go down. Right now, mid of the pack. I'm going to put them at mid of the pack right now. 7th, I've got St. Stephen's. St. Stephen's is got the king running back. I got them 7th right now. These could move around in a couple weeks easily. Saints got king. 6th, I got Bunker Hill. Bunker Hill's going to be the Ford this year. I've heard nothing but positive against Bunker Hill, and Bunker Hill's going to be that team that surprises everybody in the area. 5th, I got Freddie Ford. Ford does return their quarterback, Colosimo. Freddie Ford does look like they're going to take a very, very few steps back this year. The record could be around the same as last year, but Freddie Ford looks like they're going to take a few pegs. Like I said, with that down JV team, they're going to have to fill in some areas. I know they lost Tate Beaver, a couple of guys there. 4th, I got Maiden. Maiden, right now, I originally had them 2nd, but Maiden right now has the not that many players with 27, I heard. Maiden could fall a little bit in this mid pack if they lose to Ford. Right now, I got Maiden as a safe 4th, but they could go down. 3rd, I got Watauga. Watauga are nothing but positive things this year. Watauga is going to be in a conference race. They're going to be a very good team. 2nd, I got Alexander Central. Alexander Central had that 23-game winning streak in the JVs right now. They look like a very good team. Well, we're going to see more, but I got right now Alexander Central at possible moving down maybe to the 4th, 5th area if they lose to Burns. Right now, the least problems is Hybrid, and I've heard they're much improved more than last year. Right now, they're a state title threat. We're not talking about conference threat because they'll easily win their conference. I don't see Ford or Bunker Hill beating them in conference. Hybrid's going to probably be staying for a while unless they have a major upset in the works. Let's get to predictions. Then I'm going to wrap the show up. It's just my preview rankings. We'll have more info on next week's games. So let's get to. All right, let me get this because I copied and pasted from Carolina. And like I said, some of these picks I could have it changed a little bit because I did these before the scrimmages, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with it. Let's cover Iredell County a little bit before I get into that, though. West Iredell looks like they're improved. Thanks to Kyle giving me a little info on them. I got them beating Hickory Hawks pretty handily this week. Statesville, we'll get to Statesville in a little bit, but Statesville, to me, is a very good team. I have them winning their conference this year. North Iredell could make some improvements. They got to win a game. Schedule somebody you could beat. They got to get their program in order. Right now they're on a 25-game losing streak. I don't see them beating Wilkes Central, even though Wilkes Central is not a strong team. I don't see North Iredell beating them. Mooresville, they got West Rowan. They're going to give West Rowan a little bit of a fit, but West Rowan is too much for Mooresville. I got Mooresville losing that game to West Rowan. Also, South Iredell, they got a very tough Rocky River team that they almost lost last year, the 3-8. A local newscast, possible game of the week right now. I seen they were leading last night, so that could be a local news WBTV game of the week. Rematch of last year's first round upset by Freddie Ford over Maiden. I've got Maiden winning that game by 14. I see a very close contest. Freddie Ford's going to be in it for a little bit, but I still say KK McDaniel and company is going to be a little too much. Bane Sipe's going to show how much of a passer he is. He's got an arm on him. I've seen highlights of him. I've seen him in JVs. The dude's a very good quarterback. Just check. Baden will not have that many rushing yards against Ford, though. I got Freddie Ford losing that game. All right, St. Stephen's at Bandy's. Bandy's, they play some very down teams in the scrimmages. St. Stephen's, I see more positive of. I got St. Stephen's winning by 10 currently. Newton Connor at Bunker Hill. I've got to go on a limb and pick Bunker Hill by 3. I've got too many question marks about Newton Conover, and I could be dead wrong in this game. Newton Conover wins this game. But I'm going to go ahead and go with my gut, and I'm going to pick Bunker Hill by 3. It could be Bunker Hill by more. Newton Conover, they're going to be more down. I already seen that in film and everything. They've lost too much talent from last year's team. Bunker Hill's a much improved team. Bunker Hill could get the upset. Stuart Kramer at Lincoln. Kramer, they've lost a lot. Lincoln, they look much improved than last year. I know they lost their good running back, but I've heard they've had a couple good young guys that they're going back to that triple option. They're going to be a team to reckon with. I've got them beating Stuart Kramer by 17 at the moment. Forest View at East Lincoln. I had East Lincoln by 10, but East Lincoln looks like they're going to be much better. Forest View looks like they're going to be down this season. I know they got kind of rocked in the scrimmage a little bit. I had East Lincoln by 10, but I'm going to say East Lincoln wins this by 24 at the moment. That was like before the scrimmage. I did not know East Lincoln was that good and Forest View was that down until I seen a few scrimmage results, and I thought they were going to be a little better than they were. I know they beat East Lincoln last year 7-0, but East Lincoln looks like they're more improved than last year. West Lincoln at Drawn. I got West Lincoln winning this game with 17. Drawn's going to be down more this year. West Lincoln, they're going to be a very good team, and I could see West Lincoln winning possibly more than 17. Thomas Jefferson at North Lincoln. I got Thomas Jefferson by 17. I've heard they could be a little down. That could be a little too much for North Lincoln. It could be a closer matchup than that, but I'm going to go ahead and pick the Griffins to win that game. South Lake Christian at Lake Norman Charter. This could go either way. South Lake Christian usually has a good team. I know they played a very good game last year against Lake Norman Charter. I'm going to go ahead and pick South Lake Christian by 3. Lake Norman Charter, I don't see doing nothing this year. So, Highburton at J.M. Robinson. J.M. Robinson looked very impressive on defense, but they got their work cut out for them this week. I picked Highburton by 38. Last year was 35. That could be a little too much. Robinson looks like, from reports, they're more down than last. Safe to say, I'm going to pick Highburton by 38. Highburton looks way better than last year, so let's go ahead and pick Highburton by 38. East Burke at West Caldwell. This game's going to get tossed up. Both teams look pretty down. Right now, I got West Caldwell by 2. I should have picked East Burke, but I'm not confident on East Burke either. This game could probably be a very good game. Both teams are pretty down. I'm going to pick West Caldwell by 2 just to make a prediction. They say go with the home team if you have in doubt. So I'm going with the home team and pick West Caldwell by 2. Patton at Huss. Patton looks more down than last year. Huss, I've got them in a Big South Conference, possibly winning it. Right now, I've got them second place, a little tiny hair above Kingsmount and below Crest. Crest improved me this in a scrimmage. I did not know how great they were. That defense is a very ferocious team. If you ever get a chance this year, if you want to check out a high school football game, go see Crest. Crest is going to be a very good team this year. But Huss, I got them winning by 38. Huss is going to be a very good team. They got a lineman from Newton Conover. They got a very good Zoe Wallace, I believe, or Mo Wallace. They got a quarterback. Huss is a very good team. They're going to beat Patton like a drum. Patton's more down than last year. They lost a coach. Patton's going to be a little down this year, and I'm going to pick Huss by 38. West Iredell Hickory Hawks. Hickory Hawks is a homeschool team. West Iredell, they look like they could improve from last year, but still got some questions, but they shouldn't have any problem in this game. I got West Iredell by 31. Hickory Hawks is a homeschool team. They'll win a few games, but not against a 2A team. Watauga at TC Roberson. Watauga looks like a very impressive team. I'm not heard too much on TC Roberson. I knew they were pretty down last year, and Watauga looks like they've improved more than last year, so I got Watauga winning by 17. We got Wednesday's game, Freedom at Shelby. Freedom, I've heard a couple positive things. Shelby, I know they had a couple interceptions. I'm going to say Freedom plays them close for a half, but I got Shelby winning by 14 in the second half. Golden Lions win by 14. Hickory at Statesville. This is going to surprise some people. I got Statesville by 38. Hickory looks way more down than they were last year, and I do not see a close game. A lot of people are saying a close game. Statesville, to me, is a top 20 3A team. Hickory does not look like it. I've got Hickory winning by 38 in that game. Not Hickory, but Statesville winning by 38. Statesville's going to be a team. Hickory is going to take a slide back. I got Statesville winning. Alexander Central at Burns. I was a little scared picking only Alexander Central by 13 before I saw the scrimmage. Burns impressed me. Burns looks like a dark horse team. I thought they were going to be more down than they were last year. Alexander Central looks more improved than last year, but Burns is really improving. That triple option was fun to watch. If you want to go see Cleveland County teams this year, Shelby, Burns, Crest, Kings Mountain, Shelby, Cleveland County, they're going to have a treat this year. All four teams look impressive. All four teams. Maiden in the preseason poll, Maiden looks like they're going to be they're the conference favorites right now, but Lincolnton and East Lincoln's going to be their biggest competition. East Lincoln's improved. I've heard they've got Daniel Jones, and they've also got the returning running back from last year, that the team that took Baden into overtime. Baden at the moment does look like they are a very good team. I do see them winning the playoff game this year. They're going to be more of a passing team. The difference between Maiden this year and the last year, their quarterback's not much of a scrambler. They did graduate Kentrell Williams. Lee Turner's a power back. They got a freshman, Ethan Rhodes, that could make headways in a couple years. They're going to be young. They do got like 10 sophomores up from last JV team that went undefeated. Their JVs went undefeated. Their middle school team won the county title, and their JVs won the conference title also. But also, I do believe Lincoln and East Lincoln could give Maiden a fit in the end of the season. Ford could give Maiden a game Friday. Right now, I do say Maiden could be around the 8-win to 11-win margin again. I do see that. Okay, let's get back to the prediction results. Okay, I picked AC by 13. Burns looks like an impressive team. Last two, South Caldwell at Kings Mountain. Kings Mountain, everybody knows their top team. South Caldwell is improved in quotes, but they're no match for Kings Mountain. I picked Kings Mountain by 56, and that could be way overboard. They could call off the Dogs at 42, but Kings Mountain in a blowout. RS Central at McDowell, both teams look like they're down this year. This could be a very good game. I believe RS Central could be a little better. I got RS Central winning by 2. I know we got 2 people in the chat. Anybody want to speak of any other teams, any area teams, any other questions before I call this one a wrap? I'll give a few minutes. But just go out there and support y'all's high school teams. Win or lose a draw. These are children. I do want to mention a local newspaper decided they're not even do coverage on Saturday morning. I know I don't even get paid for doing this. I just do this for fun, for the love of the game. We don't get paid here on Carolina Varsity, but if y'all want, if you enjoy what we're doing, keep liking our Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Twitter, give out the word. We're here in the Catawba Valley area. I know I'm a one-man show, but when our local newspaper refuses to cover games on Saturday mornings for the children, it's heartbreaking. It's just terrible. I mean, your local newspaper, you're supposed to be your ideal. People are getting paid. All they care about is Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers are a national database team. People are going to read about that. People are wanting to get local newspapers to cover the area. That's why I decided to step in last year to contribute to the Catawba Valley area, to cover these teams. That is the reason why we do this. Why do we take our time where I could be, busy doing other stuff? This is why Carolina Varsity is the best social media account of them all. We're drama free, and we do it for the love of the game. That's why we do what we do. And when a local newspaper decides not to cover an area on Saturday mornings, it's just heartbreaking. Local newspapers get paid. We don't make a dime here. We do it for the love of the game and the love of the athletes. But anybody that's going to a game, safe travels. We'll be back next week here on Alan GD's preview of the Catawba Valley area. I'll do a result show probably Saturday, and also predictions midweek. I'm going to probably try to do 2 shows a night, 2 shows every week. But good luck to all area teams outside Eastern, Western, Northern, Southern. But until then, this is Alan GD from Carolina Varsity. Take care. Peace.